We're going to talk about Lakes and Birds neighborhood. This is Bay Area Real Talk with Paul. Lakes and Birds, I would say it whispers with nature, quiet streets, and the kind of community that keeps people here for decades. Tucked just northwest of Northgate and Fremont. It's one of those places you don't stumble into. You live here because someone told you about it, and today I'm that someone. I'm Paul with Bay Area Real Talk. Let's walk through Lakes and Birds together. Location and layout. Lakes and Birds sits along Alameda Creek, up in the northwest pocket of Fremont, set between quiet cul-de-sacs, walking paths, and greenbelts. There's no commercial strip inside the neighborhood, no major roads cutting through it, and that's on purpose. It's designed for peace, not traffic. You're tucked in just enough to feel removed, but still close to everything. The neighborhood doesn't just have access to parks, it has parks within it. You've got 5 right here in Lakes and Birds. David Jones Park is great open layout. It has a tot lot and space for weekend play. The new signs in Fremont are fantastic. I love the rocks on both sides, a very clear sign. This is a quick 360 that I'm doing. Basketball courts, nicely paved. One of the hoops is missing, but I bet they'll bring that back. Just noticing the parking lot, there really isn't one. It's just parking on the street adjacent to the grass. There's a nice little playground here at the end. I didn't want to bother the kids playing there, so I just kind of stayed away from that part of it. Just behind these trees over here in front of us is going to be the levee, which is the Alameda Creek system. I thought these chairs or benches looked really nice, so I went ahead and took a seat. Figured I'd give you guys a few minutes of rest and relaxation. Take your deep breaths and just relax. I was noticing a dove noise just to the left of me. A dove bird, which is really kind of nice to hear. You can see the basketball hoop on the right is completely missing. It's too bad. It'd be nice to be able to get a hoop for that area. Maybe I can work with some of the local members to see if I can bring that in or try to get something there for people to play. So as I was about to leave, I started hearing some geese, which you can hear now as well. You can see them, they're coming in. Their friends are calling them that are sitting on the grass. I didn't want to zoom in because I didn't want to mess up with the camera or make it dizzying. But there's about 24 geese that are sitting out here on the lawn. This lawn is such a vast area. It'd be great to bring in a picnic, blanket, hang out, relax. And I'm loving these new rocks signs. The old signs in Fremont were always just wood, and they're not very appealing. Peregrine Park, small and quiet, tucked in just for the nearby homes. Sure love me some redwood crunch. That's what I'm kind of walking on right now. Here's the older look for the signs in Fremont, just made out of wood. So I'm doing a quick time lapse here. I want to kind of just show you a little bit about how this park's integrated into the neighborhood. We're on the corner of Peregrine and Falcon. The weather was so beautiful that I wanted to kind of make little changes, do the time lapse, show a little bit more of the area. Again, we're right next to the Alameda Creek Trail, so plenty of area to go hiking for walks, biking. All redwood trees here. And they're definitely keeping up on the park and cleaning, because that redwood tree drop a lot of content, a lot of leaves, and so they're really keeping it nice and clean. Some more redwood trees over here, and in the corner there's some pine trees. On this one, there's no parking lot for the park. There's just street parking all around. Just ahead of me, just behind that van, is a nice park bench. You can sit down and relax. This is on the corner of Mockingbird and Peregrine. Warbler Park. It's got loop paths for walking, benches, and shade. Perfect for a pause in your day. Also good for picnics. I wanted to do a time lapse after this first shot, so you can kind of see more of the park without taking a ton of time. It's a smaller park. I would call it a pocket park. It's in between the neighborhoods on both sides. I went ahead and sat down so you can kind of see the environment. And of course, take a breath or two and just relax. Time to get up and go explore some more. I love how the tree just kind of overhangs the area. Nice little playground. Little water fountain down here. There was a bench as well to sit down. Lowry Park, open space, family friendly, with plenty of lawn. We got one of the newer signs in Fremont. Again, the newer signs are the rock walls or rock corners, and then a beautiful concrete sign. Huge, vast area of grass. Plenty of room to do picnics. This wall right here is part of the zero lot line walls. That's why it's all brick. We can get more into zero lot lines later. There's that green belt that kind of feeds all the way around the park. And it goes all the way up into that next section and then all the way back. I sat down for a little while. Again, time to take a little bit of relaxation. No kids were playing at the park, and there wasn't anyone out there, so I figured I'd get you guys some time to see what's up. And I wanted to say hi to all of you. Nice swing set. They got these rock stumps in different areas. I thought it was unique. On the rock stumps themselves, it actually has little signs on them that says, don't leave your kids unsupervised. It has an age group, and it also talks about some of the liabilities of if your child or person does get hurt on the rocks. Some more park benches. I noticed there was a ton of trash cans. They're all looking clean, not overflowing. Thought this little cable bridge thing was kind of a nice touch. Here's that little sign I was talking about. Play it safe sign. Noticing some fossilized items. Starfish over here on this one. Look like this next one's going to be like a fish. A fish. That was kind of a unique thing that they put on the rocks. Also, the thing I'm walking on is very soft and bouncy. No more of those old days of tan bark. Didn't zoom in too far right here, but this in the middle right there's a dragonfly in the rocks. It's a very well done park. Definitely updated. Harvey Community Park, the big one. Sports fields, playgrounds, and room for full-on gatherings. It's a lot of grass out there. New signs, rocks on the side, concrete middle, beautiful sign. Great little 360 for you guys to see. When I was a kid, this whole field was just grass. There wasn't this beautiful walking path all around. And you can see how wide this walking path is. Basketball hoops, tennis courts. There was a softball field. It's such a large park. I only walked about a quarter of it. Still a lot more to explore out there. Here's that little softball or baseball area that I was referencing. It's kind of towards the very front of the park. While walking around, I noticed they had these little cutouts that kind of went around, almost like a little mini sidewalk that you could kind of walk around and explore. A little bit of grass on one side and like some beautiful gardening on the left. So I walked through them, and I was actually, when I was walking through this one area, the house over here on the left was watching me. I gave them a nice wave. They said hello, and it was just a really easy and nice community feel. Again, I'm always thinking I should get a gimbal or some kind of motionless stand. But it seems that a lot of the times when I do those kind of video cuts, you guys don't like watching them. You guys would rather watch the real stuff that I'm doing right now. This is a nice little tree. Figured I could run this video another time. I'm actually showing you kind of peering around it as if you're kind of staring yourself doing it. Again, that little cutout. This cutout wasn't as pretty as the first one because there wasn't other little trees that were kind of in front or near it. But I thought it'd be fun all the same. Real estate snapshot. Let's talk numbers from someone who actually tracks this market. If you're looking at a 3-bedroom home, you're usually in the $1.3 to $1.4 million range. A lot of those homes in Lakes and Birds are 0 lot lines, homes attached on one side of the building or with smaller yards. But once you step into a 4 or 5 or 6 bedroom home, especially those with the larger lot plans or the larger floor plans or upgrades, you're looking at homes that can land just under $3 million. When you consider the layout, privacy, and location, vacancy stays low. And when the right home hits the market in this neighborhood, it doesn't last long. So if you've been searching for a part of Fremont that still feels like a neighborhood where people care, the streets are quiet, and the parks are close, Lakes and Birds should be towards the top of your list and on that radar. I'm Paul with Everhome Real Estate. This is Bay Area Real Talk. If you like what you've been seeing with this exploration of neighborhoods, help my channel out with the like and subscribe. It means more than you know. And as always, be good to each other, and cheers.